BB851, turn right, heading 180. Order 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
737 MAX updates continue to come in thick and fast, and one could argue today is probably the biggest since March of 2019. The 737 MAX has completed its very first recertification flight since the type was grounded in March of 2019. Flight number BOE 701 departed at 9:54 AM local time from Boeing's field in Seattle and arrived back at the same Boeing field many hours later at 2:15 PM local time. The flight that headed towards the southeast is what was a valuable flight for Boeing and their team following the jet having been grounded for 15 months so far. The 737 MAX 7 was the variant in question that completed the flight, and it's worth noting for anyone that may not know, the 737 MAX 8 was the one that was involved in the two incidents back in October of 2018 and then March of 2019 respectively. Boeing though currently has multiple variants including the MAX 7, MAX 8, MAX 9, MAX 10, and then those special Ryanair 737 MAXs if you will, that are known as the MAX 200 on offer to customers around the world. So what took place during this flight, you may actually ask? Well, as discussed briefly in yesterday's video, the aircraft did indeed have multiple different types of test equipment on board. It was piloted by an FAA pilot, as well as a crew member of Boeing. Now, according to Flight Radar's data and of course tweets over on Twitter, the aircraft performed things such as stalls and more. These are key tests that are going to massively help in getting the jet recertified. However, this is only the first of multiple recertification flights, and they're more than welcomed, given how many times in the past 6 months alone, the date has been shuffled around and delayed ultimately. It feels that despite the worldwide pandemic, the aircraft's future is finally progressing in what I'd say is a positive direction. In a statement released by the FAA, they said the certification flights are expected to take approximately 3 days. They will include a wide array of flight maneuvers and emergency procedures to assess whether the changes meet FAA certification standards. The tests are being conducted by test pilots and engineers from the FAA and Boeing. Again, just pretty much reiterating what I said earlier. For the 737 MAX though, this is really the first step in a lengthy process. The fact though that the first flight was successful is of course big news. However, in the coming months, these various tests will continue to help determine if the 737 MAX is truly safe to fly again with passengers on board. The question that's been on the lips of so many people around the world for well over a year now. If you have any thoughts, don't hesitate to let me know, and as always, thanks for tuning into this video of mine. I will see you all next time.